Call this special meeting of council to order. Subject hearing on show cause resolution September 22nd, 2020 here at the Stafford County Annex. At this time, John, would you please explain the process for each property and how we will be proceeding?
Okay, this evening, the governing body, which includes council and mayor, will sit in what we call a quasi-judicial capacity. And what that means is governing body tonight will decide two things. One, whether each property is dangerous, unsafe, or unfit for human use or habitation. And two, how long the interest owner or homeowner has to make repairs or tear down the property. In your capacity, you will listen to the evidence presented by city staff and listen to the evidence from the landowner. And the way we've got this set up, since there are so many properties, is we will just do them one by one, meaning that you should have a process that we intend to use. Jamie will first give the presentation, after which you can ask questions of what she has determined. And of course, what the knowledge that she has is based on her observations from the streets and sidewalks from the property and other previous information that the city had on that property. She'll present information regarding delinquent taxes, previous citations on the property, things of that nature. After the governing body is done questioning staff, the landowner will have a chance to comment, after which the governing body can ask the landowner questions. I ask that the council wait until after the landowner has gone to deliberate on each specific property, and the reason being is I will be taking notes and preparing findings in the form of a resolution, which I will then present to council at our next meeting. That resolution can then be adopted at the meeting. For each property, I do request that the council either find that the property is dangerous, safe, or unfit for human habitation and make a motion to reflect that finding. If there is no motion made or a member of the governing body makes a motion to find that the structure does not violate city ordinance, I will not have to prepare a resolution for that property. I did include in your packets a copy of the Article 5, which is the dangerous and unfit structure ordinance. And then I also included, so that you're aware as to how city code determines a property is unfit for human habitation, I included 8508, which is lists specific conditions for when the city considers a property unfit, an unfit dwelling. For some of these properties, there are more than one structure. There's a house, but there may also be an outbuilding. That is also included in each of the packets prepared by city staff, and Jamie can address each of those structures as we go along. If you find that each of the structures on the piece of property are dangerous or unfit, you need to let me know. If you find that just the house is or just the outbuilding, we can tailor those resolutions towards those specific structures. Okay, first one on the list is 112 South Moon Road.
Okay, so I'll just go through the pictures that I provided in each packet. This is from the street and the alleyways. Still not sure what's going on with the pool in the backyard, if it's filled in for real or if it's not. But, this is just the house structure. It does not have any accessory dwellings, I don't believe. As you can see in the pictures, a lot of the siding is damaged or dilapidating, if even there, holes in the property. This one, where am I? The last 3 years have delinquent taxes on them. On that last paper that I added to your guys' packet, I went through and found out when the last time utilities were turned on at each property. 112 South Monroe has not had utilities since January of '09. So, what else do you need from me? All the information was in the packets, I guess, so if you have any more questions regarding it, I can do my best to answer.
Looks like maybe some mowing fees also involved with that property.
So for sure on this one, I know that I have spoken to Mr. Toot about, I think it was mowing in 2000, he says it was in 2017, and he's adamant that the city did not mow his property, and I mean, it's past the time to even argue about that, so I've told him to try to come to council to speak to you guys about it, that the process for him to be able to handle that through my office is gone, so.
Sure.
Yeah. Has he talked to you about this at all?
No. No. Patricia is still on as an interest owner, but she had called and said that she, I think through the divorce, she wasn't supposed to be on anything, but I did not hear from Bob, and his letter came back, so he didn't accept it.
It's kind of hard to tell in that picture, but if the pool is exposed with no fence around it, it's very hazardous. to be
Yeah,
around.
and
It
like,
looks like
there's just so many weeds, and I didn't,
Sure,
I couldn't, I mean, I can't tell if it's,
right.
I think people have talked about it being filled in the past, but I can't say for sure. I wasn't here, and I mean, even if it's a 4-foot drop, I mean, you know, I mean, it could be dangerous, and I mean, yeah, that's an animal.
And the house looks like it has holes in it.
In my report on July 22nd, that, you know, the roof in the back kind of looks damaged, possibly a little bit weak. That overgrown trees rubbing on it pretty bad. Damaged, weak, rotting doors and window frames, overgrown vegetation. The bricks, even on the side, aren't in very good condition. And the siding that you can obviously see that's rotting and peeling away.
Any other questions, council? Okay. Okay, having no more questions for city administrator, landowner. Do we have the landowner here? No? Okay, then. Okay,
Any deliberation, discussion?
over 11 years without utilities. That's a long time.
January of '09.
Yeah. I couldn't tell from the alley, but the one picture of the side of the house, I'm pretty sure there's a gap in the window in the siding that's open. But I didn't go on the premises to see, but
Up there at the top.
yeah, go to the,
Yeah, there's definitely pieces of the house that look pieced together, like there's obvious, even here on the right side of the picture, you can tell that it's deteriorating and they've just kind of patched it. I don't know.
I just point out to council under 4501 that your determination that is not only that it's unfit for human or for use or human habitation because of dilapidation, defects increasing the hazards of fire or accidents, structural defects or conditions which render such structures unsafe or unsanitary, but also that the structure provides a general blight upon the neighborhood.
Any more discussion, council?
How much, John, how much time do we have to give an individual?
I think it's always kind of been, depending on the season, of course it's fall, the process has always been 60 days. Now, the statute says to commence repair or tear down of the property. Commence does not mean start and then stop and then council gets involved. Council is allowed to take the position that if you start and there's no more forward progress, then at any point we can then order the house torn down. Okay? So, but it's always been council's position that it's 60 days. A lot of times you require that individual to come back after that 60 days to explain what all has happened, and hear a little more about the plans as far as what they intend to do after those 60 days. It's also been my experience that you're going to find out real quick in those initial 60 days what they intend to do, and they're going to find out real quick in those initial 60 days what all they can do, if anything, to salvage a property like this.
I don't know how you guys feel, but as far as I'm concerned, the properties here that no one's going to show up and represent for themselves, I'm saying 30 days. Because if they ain't here tonight to defend themselves or, give us an idea, they ain't gonna do anything in 60 days. I just soon do 30 and revisit it, and if nothing's done, we proceed forward. I don't want to, we've tried this before and it's drug out for 6, 8, 10 months. I just soon do 30 days on this property and go on.
That's fair. I agree.
Yeah.
Would like to put that in a motion?
I make a motion to find the structures located at 112 South Monroe to be dangerous, unsafe, or unfit for human habitation, and order the structures to be repaired or removed and the property cleaned up by 30 days.
Does it need to be 30 business days, John?
No.
22nd by October 22nd of 2020.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Jamie.
Okay, 206 West First. In my report on the 22nd of July, you can tell from the windows, I guess I said I was going to go through the pictures first, huh? 206. I mean, really the pictures kind of show everything in most of these cases. Pretty sure that's a hole in the roof. I mean, I'm not certain, but. I talked about old damaged roof with possible holes, damaged rotting doors and window frames, overgrown vegetation. Back in there, it doesn't look half bad from First Street, but you go down that alley and it's a whole nother story with the overgrown vegetation. So, and I know there's animals living in there because I've had conversations with neighbors right directly next to that property. Siding that is broken, peeling, and or rotting and is a blight upon the neighborhood. The supports on the front porch are leaning. Property taxes are paid. I've had no previous violations that I could find through what I could look at. I've sent correspondence in regards to the community cleanup initiative before. I know I think he's re-sided it or started working on the roof. I think he's been painting a little bit on the side of the house. But other, major renovation, I haven't seen anything being done.
And no utilities for 16 years.
Yeah, utilities have been turned off at this residence since 10/04.
Council, any more questions for Jamie?
Just judging by the roof, I mean, you have that many shingles gone, there's a lot of rainwater in the house. I can't see the house would be fit for anybody to live in. Siding falling off, separating.
Like I said, I think he maybe put shingles on the front there and painted just to make it look a little bit better, but it's still in pretty poor shape from what I saw from the alley.
Any other questions or comments, council?
It's
Okay,
definitely right from the alley, the side and the back is,
Yeah, the front, when I
Far-
first
far
looked
worse.
at it, the front didn't, and I had never gone down that alley and, yeah, totally different story.
any other questions or comments for Jamie? Okay, is the landowner present? Okay. Okay, council, what do you think?
I'm staying with my recommendations from the last one. I think this one's the same way, 30 days.
I agree.
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, is that a motion?
I'd make the same motion, find the property. The structure's located at 206 West First Avenue to be dangerous, unsafe, unfit for human habitation, and order the structures to be repaired, removed, and the property cleaned up by October 22nd of 2020.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. On to the next one, Jamie.
209 West First. Pictures here. Do you want me to show the inside pictures too?
Yeah. Yes,
I
please.
think those might be.
Council, there is a mortgage on this property too, so that you are aware.
Yeah, while I'm connecting to,
Was the mortgage company notified?
Well, we notified both and heard from one. Out of an abundance of caution, we notified the first one. There was an assignment. We were a little unclear about it. We heard back from the original mortgage company, US Bank, but did not hear back from, unless it came in today, Bayview Loan Servicing LLC.
Have you had communication with this landowner? Not very much.
I've got a little bit. He had talked about selling it. He has no interest in it at all. Yeah, when I did communicate with him, he talked about selling it, and I know a few people reached out trying to purchase it, and I think he was asking like $20,000 or some kind of high priced for what it was. Just gonna go to the email I sent today.
Is it in the original package?
Yeah, we have the pictures.
I know. I just didn't save the pictures on the laptop because the pictures on the laptop are the ones that I took. And they were not worth
Council does everybody have a packet? Okay, they've got the originals. If the landowner's not here, then
it. Okay. So those are the outside pictures, and then you can see the inside and the condition of the inside.
is that just piles of trash?
Yes. And it looks to me like someone attempted to start gutting the property maybe. On the first page of the inside pictures, on the top right-hand corner, it appears that the walls are, I would almost even see being eaten away,
Separated from the floor.
separated from the floor and rodents. There's an air freshener in there though.
Looks like a lot of water damage inside.
Yeah.
Took out sheeting, sheetrock.
Name,
Last year, yeah, mold. doors open, you got animals in there.
Yeah. And I only went back the last 3 years. The city mows this property every single time we mow, so, but property taxes are paid up to date as of the July 22nd date.
That may have also been, do you know if the landowner paid him or whether the bank paid him?
I did not gather that information. I can get that tomorrow.
When were the last utilities paid?
The utilities on this,
2015.
yeah, it was, 11 of 15. I think it was a rental at that time.
Yes.
There was a month in 2016, I think, but I think that was the people taking care of it for the property owner. So I didn't really count a month of services being on.
John, do we have to get a certain amount of days? I mean, they obviously are concerned about this property. I mean,
You don't have, there's no guidance as to a specific amount of days. It's my personal thought that if there is good faith efforts to rehabilitate the property or to even tear down the structure, that you continue to give them the time, but it is, like I said, you sit in a quasi-judicial position of having to determine what's reasonable and whether they're making good faith efforts to clean it up.
I do know, when this was switched over, there was a company that came out and secured the property, because I went out and attempted to talk to them, and I should have just stayed in the office, because they were not nice. And I had pregnant hormones go.
What do you mean by a company?
They said they worked for a company, I'm assuming it was they had put the note on the door that said that they were there to take care of the property and if anyone had any questions. And I tried calling the number 500 times.
Like a management company?
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm just wondering about the mortgage, getting the ball rolling on this one. You know, if they don't show any interest, they're not gonna clean it up. I wouldn't give 30 days.
Council, you have any more questions for Jamie?
I just think we're gonna be back in the same spot in 30 days and probably,
When's our next meeting? The,
Next week,
Tuesday.
right?
Or
Is the property owner for,
Oh, wait, no, 2 weeks,
yeah.
the 6th, October 6th.
209 West First Avenue, are they here tonight?
209.
209. Okay,
I'm 206.
okay. We've already discussed that property, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
Mark.
and what was the,
Well, can we
The gist of it.
can we finish this property and go back to that?
Yeah, we can. Hold on a second. You have a question?
There was a building tore down on 209 West First a couple of years ago. Did the landowner pay for that work, or did the city order that torn down? It was a garage, and it was never finished, and it was leaning and falling over, and it was taken out several years ago.
Wasn't the city.
I don't remember it.
I remember
How long ago?
it being there. I remember it being there, but it wasn't the city that I believe took it out.
I don't recall it.
Yeah, I don't remember any
It
of
would have
that.
had to been property owner or somebody maintaining it.
Yeah, the last renters were in that of 15, so it might have been, I don't know who lived in it before the couple, but the last couple.
It was after there was nobody living there. There was no renter there, and big truck, and they came and whacked it on the head and knocked it down and hauled it off in about 2 hours.
I'm not sure,
Yep, hopefully, good, so then
You're right, yeah.
So you assume the owner did that?
Or the people taking care of it, because I know that the two I know that were taking care of that property, when they were still in good standing with the property owner, they're pretty proactive with getting some things cleaned up, so they could have just done that on their own.
All right.
If you'd like to know, I could reach out to find out.
No, I just thought maybe the owner had been cleaning it up at one point in time and then fell off the radar.
Do we know the name of that management company that you were referring to?
No, they were not very nice. Not very nice at all when I went over there.
So it would have been last 6 months,
No, it would be a year ago.
a year ago? Okay.
So I was pregnant. I was pretty pregnant.
Remind me when you started the process of this all these properties. Has it been-
So like last year in October, I think I sent out like our community cleanup initiative. But really it's something that I've been working, like not this process, but we sent these out in July.
So they've known since July.
July 20th is when,
Okay.
And last
That would've been
year,
like-
when I sent out, October is when I sent out our community cleanup initiative letter talking about how we're trying to get
Yeah,
started.
they probably got one of those, and probably nothing's changed since then.
A lot of properties, I can say no.
Yeah. Well,
I would be okay with trying to reach out to this company and give them until our next council meeting, which will be October 6th. Kind of force them to at least communicate with us. I mean, if a mortgage company doesn't want to reach out to us on the property that they have, then I don't think we give them much more time. I think we give them less time. They have the ability to force the owner to do something or themselves to do something. My recommendation, but
yeah, and they've only had an interest in the property since November of 2019. They may have no idea what condition it's
does the mortgage company get the same packet like this with pictures and everything?
Yes, this packet, they got, US Bank Home Mortgage got it, and they're the ones that replied saying that Bayview Loan Servicing got, so, and then Bayview's Loan Servicing got their own packet as well as the property record holder.
So they're well aware of this, and they were well aware of the meeting tonight.
there was
I mean, as far as accepting a certified,
I mean, this is Bayview's, so yes, I can say that they actually got it.
okay,
They're in Pensacola, Florida.
All right, I'm all right with whatever, Mark, I'd like to get the ball rolling, like any, tonight or next council meeting, whatever you guys want to do.
Can I get a motion on this then?
I'd make a motion to find the structures located at 209 West First Avenue to be dangerous, unsafe, or unfit for human habitation, and order the structures to be repaired or removed at the property cleaned up by October 6th of 2020.
Second.
Now I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, sir, going back to 206 West
I'm
Council.
sorry, can we go back to that real quick? You're going to get these resolutions on October 6th. You're going to have to approve these resolutions. Do we want to have a special meeting next week?
I'm fine with that.
I mean,
For that property, I'm fine with.
I mean, what we can do is I can circulate the resolutions by probably Thursday or Friday if we want to have a quick special meeting on Monday to adopt them.
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Are we done with this property?
Okay, sorry.
Okay. All right, sir, going back to 206 West First, council has already ruled on this right here. They have deemed it dangerous and unsafe, and they have 30 days, which will be October 22nd, 2020, to get this property either cleaned up. So, do you have any,
No, that's fine.
okay,
And I am working on it, and I actually have some help helping me out too.
Okay.
So,
all right.
because with, my age, I don't always have, the, whatever, the strength and the endurance. So I do have a young guy helping me, so.
Okay, good, all right. I'm
I
sure
think
that,
in a few weeks he will.
Jamie will be getting you the information as soon as she can, so. Great, thank you. All right, moving on.
401 East 4th. So this property is one that we've gone the 10 months on before. This is not the first time this has, and it has, I can personally say, continued to get a lot worse year by year as we watch it. And I'm pretty sure there's still a fridge with food in there, just so you know. Or whatever the food should be from 2005.
So we have, you're saying that this property has once before been deemed an unfit?
This property has had property code violations, and they came out and did enough work to get off the list, and now we're back.
Put 2 pillars on the front porch.
Painted it.
Painted.
Is this one on the corner west of you?
Yes.
And this actually does have, it's the house,
Has it transferred ownership since the first time we've done this?
no. Someone has said that they have bought it, but the property record card and the title search that we did has not reflected that. The new supposed owners I have been in contact with quite a bit. They tried to put it up for rent, and I got the number off of the for rent sign and called and just tried to talk to them and tell them that they really should look at the property before they're trying to rent it out. They kept telling me that they were going to be up here, and I gave them my phone number and told them to call me anytime and I would meet them. And I have not heard anything for months from them.
Is this the house that the district court gave us permission to go into last time? And they found
When
it,
I first started, I went in there with the city health worker in LaDonna.
is this, they found a pizza from like 1972?
Yep, that's it. There is a fridge with food still in there.
Okay.
It does have an outbuilding.
Yes, there is, and this picture here, I don't know if I think it's connected there.
That part's connected, the outbuilding's not.
And then there's an outbuilding
Close to the alley,
to the north there, right there.
which I think the city is actually the one that secured that building, correct? The outbuilding?
Somebody did.
I think the first go-around, I think that we ordered the city crew to secure the doors on everything.
I'm not positive.
The holes in the roof, and, when the city doesn't know it, then the neighbors know it, and there's trees hanging over the neighbor's house, and it's just a mess. I mean, we just need to move forward on it.
And it does look worse than those pictures.
It does.
15 years of no utility.
Yeah. And a hole in the roof.
The whole time, 30 days.
Is there any more discussion on this? Or any more questions, excuse me?
Quicker.
Yes, please.
John, can we add in any of these letters that we do and send, that, if these owners are not going to do something with these properties, they can donate them so that the city can tear them down?
The only thing we have to send them is a copy of the resolution, so we certainly can make it off.
I include the land bank conversation in almost every single conversation that I have.
But I think if we give them the other option, and they say, what, we're not going to fight you, and they sign it over, that gives us time that the land bank can get together with the volunteers and get these structures removed a whole lot quicker. Because if we start putting them out 30 and 60 and 90 days or whatever, we'll be back here. But that's just a thought when we send out all of these letters after tonight. But I would say October 6th as well on this one.
Is the property owner here?
Yeah, so it's about to ask. Property owner here. Okay. All right, yeah.
I make a motion to find the structures located at 401 East 4th Avenue to be dangerous, unsafe, or unfit for human habitation in order the structures to be repaired or removed and the property cleaned up by October 6th of 2020.
And that motion includes the outbuilding,
And
correct?
that motion includes the outbuildings as well.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next property.
444 West 4th. I think the biggest issue with this property is that back porch. I didn't think that the outbuilding was too bad at this property. As you guys can see, I think it's an enclosed back porch there, is needing some attention, as well as the front porch. You can see the pillars are kind of leaning. And then the front porch is looking like it's not too far away from the condition of the back porch. Utilities are still on, everything's current. My assumption is this is used as a maybe storage house. We don't mow it. The siding is peeling. I don't know from my view of the street and the sidewalks, I couldn't see any rotting or anything, but it is definitely peeling. Taxes are paid. Like I said, the average bill, its minimum is $40. I don't know the last time someone had lived there. I think that was probably before my time.
We heard from Mr. Dove.
It just looked like the back porch, ceilings, roofs coming in, which they may, I guess we'll get to their call and their comments they want. So,
Yeah, really, it's the back porch and that front porch before it gets to look like the back porch, but
And what's your recommendation on the outbuilding?
I think the outbuildings it's standing, it's no, they could use paint, but I'm not gonna complain about that.
Council have any questions for Jamie regarding this property? Is the landowner present?
The landowner isn't present, but as per the letter, I'm here for him tonight.
Okay.
And what's your name?
My name is Irene Dove.
Okay.
And shall I just start with what we've got to say here?
Yes.
Okay. The doors and windows are okay, except for that old back porch. Everything's tight. It doesn't rain in. There's no holes in the roof. Yes, the paint is peeling. some of the vegetation around there is a lot of lilacs and spirea, and I'm not sure what you'd call that other one, arborvitae, it's an evergreen. And, okay, there's no rodents in the house, there's no way for anything to get in it. The taxes are paid today. There's insurance on it paid today. The utilities are on and paid today, and the yard is always kept up. And I have an interest because I have a lot of stuff stored there, and so does he. And I have interior pictures, so I can show you what the rooms look like. It is livable. And a lot of people would probably be happy to have a house like that.
Are you ready to get into the renter business? Is that what you're telling me?
No. Well, there is stuff in it because there is a lot of stuff stored in it, and so do we. That's not piles of trash and stuff, it is property.
Thank you.
Do any of you have any questions for me?
If you were given some time, would tearing that back porch
Yes.
off there be something you'd be interested in?
Yes.
Okay, because you do pay utilities, and it does have a roof on it that doesn't look like it has any holes in it besides that back porch, but it looks like maybe it could be taken off there.
That back porch definitely needs to go.
Okay.
But other than that,
I mean, I think the back porch is the biggest thing with it, and I mean, if we give you some time, I don't know, what kind of time are you looking at?
I really don't know. Right at the moment, he's working a lot of hours. I don't know exactly, probably at least 60 days, but
I'm not opposed to 60 days.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Something with utilities are on and
Yeah,
taxes are current. She's here.
and the yard's kept up.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to 60 days.
60 days puts it November 24th.
You can always look at it.
Would you be willing for a little bit longer, or?
Well, I was gonna say, we would actually have a meeting on the 1st of December. I mean, that's
Report back at December 1st.
right. I mean, at least give you some time to figure out. I mean, and even then, if you could come to us with a good plan of what you're gonna do and have it done, or maybe even be started on it by then, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's
Would that be good enough there?
Let's see, this is,
This is September 22nd.
and it'd be October, November, and
It'd give you October, November, and actually till the 1st of December 1st.
I would think so.
That back porch isn't very big, is it?
Oh, it's not as long as half of the house.
And-
looks like to me it's something to come off for using, but I think that'd be fair enough to give them till December 1st.
We can give you until December 1st, and then perhaps come to council, give council a plan, and we can look at it then. And if you, we'll see what progress has been made, and then at that time, council can make another decision on that.
Okay,
Would that be fine?
if it's done by then, just need to let you know ahead of time, or?
Yeah, if you get it completed before that, then just let council know, or just let Jamie know, and we can move forward from there.
So the back porch is the main issue?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So are we making findings tonight and then giving her till December 1, or are we continuing this until December 1?
Would it say just continuing until December 1st?
It's kind of unsafe right now. I guess just, I don't handle that, just see what it is on December 1st, I guess.
So we would just continue this until December 1st?
That's what I would say.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Would that,
Yeah, well, we would need a motion either way, so a motion to reconsider 444 West 4th Avenue, the show cause hearing for December 1st at 7 o'clock.
Ryan, did you just say so moved?
Yeah,
Oh,
so moved. On 528 East, no, sorry, 444 West 4th.
Second.
okay. All right, I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
So we have until December 1st
Yes, ma'am.
to get things done. Okay, thank you very much.
If you get any other information or if anything happens, please contact the city administrator and let her know what you've come up with, okay? All right, great, thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, moving on.
528 East First. This will be the house and the structure. Okay, all the damaged roof with possible holes, damaged weak door and window frames, overgrown vegetation, holes in the bricks, the open window wells, siding that is peeling or rotting and is a blight upon the neighborhood, outbuilding that is currently open with the roof that is partially falling in and no doors or windows, unsightly stored materials, equipment, or supplies which becomes an attractive nuisance to animals and humans, which then become a hazard to health and welfare of the general public. Weed violations, it looks like 2018, we did a lot of mowing. 2019 and 20, it has been taken care of. Property taxes are up to date. There have not been services on since 2006. I did talk to Jeff about this because there is someone interested in purchasing this property and putting some work into it. And he had called about the electricity. He kind of wanted the electricity on to see what he was getting into. But it turns out that this house is actually set up for 3-phase, is what Jeff said. And it will need to be converted to single-phase before he would like to turn it on. Because that's going to be, I mean, it hasn't had utilities since '06. So it's going to be quite a bit of work on our end just to get it turned on at that, so. But he said once that's, if that is converted over, he would be able to get everything turned on, but he was, you can, am I right on that? It's 3-phase? Set up for 3-phase?
For the stove.
Yes,
Got a commercial stove.
yes.
It looks like to me the structure outside the house is for sure unsafe. Half the roof's gone.
Yeah, the garage. I don't know. you're wanting to save the garage, but,
Now, don't you guys do practice fires or something?
they don't allow us to anymore.
That's a lot of regulations.
My truck will pull it over, I'd push it over probably.
Any other questions for me? The property owner and then the potential buyer are here tonight, so I've been in contact with both of them. Like I said, Danny had called and asked to turn electricity on. I had gone to Jeff because I knew it was going to be a lot of work even just to get it turned on, and I want to kind of see where we're going before we just put in a couple $100s to find out the what ifs. But if that's something that needs to be done, we will definitely do it, but I wanted to see the direction before we went there.
Council, any comments, questions? Okay, would the landowner like to say anything? Anybody representing this property?
I'm the property owner,
Okay,
and this is the buyer.
okay.
House is in good shape. It's got all new wiring, all new plumbing, HVAC. Roof doesn't leak.
The
Basement's
roof,
dry.
sorry. The roof is rough, you can see that, but it doesn't leak. We were in there today. The roof is on the plans. You know, there's a few things to do first, especially like appearance-wise. I mean, I plan to get into the roof, you know, we're looking at like 2 months till it's cold, so, I mean, I have honest intentions to try to get that far, but at least, you know, the yard, okay, I mean, I'll have that done in an afternoon or something. We're gonna push the garage over. That hole just needs it covered. It was, you know, just an out from the basement, but I mean, we can cover that. What else was there? The bricks on the front porch, I mean, I don't know how.
Those.
Huh?
Plaster those.
Yeah, plaster them, and they'll be after the garage and the yard, but I mean, I'll get to them. I mean, I'm gonna continuously work on this thing. I don't want to stay, you know, I'm just looking at, I'm looking at coming back to the community really, but too many hurdles will hurdle that, you know. But those look all pretty easy fixable things, or, you know, pushing that garage over is nothing. The limbs in the yard, the brush, that's easy. The inside is good, just needs a little, you know, and the outside needs a power wash, some paint, and some, you know, spot fixes for now. Obviously, the long-term goal is the house will get new siding within a year or two, whatever. But I mean, all these things look pretty easy, fixable soon. I'm planning on being around in the community for a while, so I just left my corporate job, you know, this summer, and so I was just looking to come back here for a while. This house is actually, there's a big lot, like half the block behind. I own all that anyway already, so you know, it's in my interest to make sure to bring this back up to, you know, if that's an important point for you. I do have an interest in making this property rentable, livable, whatever you want to call it. So my intention's there, and it doesn't look that bad. Like, it's not too difficult.
Council, any questions for the gentleman?
So like the garage, you're gonna tear it down, is what you said?
Yeah.
If we get 60 days, how do we do that as far as the homeowner currently, or when is the transaction going to take place for you to take?
Yeah, I mean, from the city's standpoint, nothing really changes. We just start giving the purchaser. It's what we would call an in-rem action, meaning that your concern is the property, not necessarily who owns it.
But I am trying to come back to the community, and I hopefully there's not too much hurdles to make for that happen. You know, I was trying to understand the single-phase thing, three-phase. Obviously, he said it has to be switched. I mean, even if that commercial stove is still in there, how does that work? Because, I mean, if we're using stove, why wouldn't we use electricity?
Ryan,
I think you just put a regular stove in there, hook up to single phase power, you got $1,000 to get into it.
1,000?
For just a meter disconnect.
I've already paid the gas deposit, I just didn't turn it on because I came here today instead of last Friday when he was gonna do it, but like I said, I've already tried to do the utility thing, it won't be anything to do those, so, you know, if I have to put $1,000 into the electric, that's $1,000 that the roof might have to wait a month, or, you know, I'm gonna do the roof probably myself, just because I have the time and the youth to do it. So, you know, I would love to get that done in November, but as far as making promises, I could promise it would be done by spring. By summer, you know, spring, in fact, spring cleanup is probably, if I'm being honest with you, spring cleanup, the shit on the side of the road, whatever, sounds perfect to me. Hopefully it sounds good to you too. Anyway.
there is a dumpster south of the power plant if you get a wild hair and want to dump stuff, not on the side of the road, so we have to pick it up.
Right. Fair enough. No, but my intent is this place is gonna be back up to shape, and, you know, and like, I'll power wash and fill the spots as far as the sides and stuff, but obviously, you know, maybe a year or two it'll have siding, whatever. So, it's gonna be a functional house.
If we were to give you till December 1st, could you show that there's improvements being made on the property by then?
Oh, yeah. You start driving by mid-October, you'll see me out there.
As far as like the outbuilding and this window well at least covered or something like that, and
Yeah.
some,
Yeah, those will be the first things. I'll clean up the yard and then the outbuilding and the window. I bet you I have that done before November. I haven't left my residence where I was at. I'll be coming this way probably maybe second week of October. So, but I mean, I have a little bit of business I gotta finish today before I come here.
Okay, council?
I mean, I'd be okay with continuing it till December 1st, same as the last one. Give you till then to show progress on it, and then we'll just basically have another hearing on it.
Right. No progress, not perfection, right?
Correct.
All right.
Progress, right. Like this garage is unfit and dangerous structure, you know, that needs to be torn down, I mean, soon. I mean, I would just try to work on the stuff that's dangerous and unfit for kids that may come through there.
Right. The garage, cleaning it up some. I'm not saying you have to have a roof on it by December 1st. Just improvements, show us that you're actually gonna do something with it. I'm fine with continuing it till then.
Fairgrounds and the roof is be done by the spring for sure.
Is that a motion?
I'd put that in the motion.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, sir. Jamie will be getting you the information once she gets it all typed out.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, 647 East 5th. This is the house and an outbuilding. I believe there was a fire in the outbuilding several years ago. I have been in contact with the property owners, kind of through this process. Can't get very good pictures. And I can't get to the backyard, so, but I know the property owners, Dennis and Jason both, we've all kind of had conversations about the condition of the property, and they're well aware. Dennis actually just moved because of the conditions. I think that they have property in there that they've been wanting to get out, so that is something that they've been waiting on. My observations on July 22nd, old damaged roof with possible holes. That front porch area looks to be like there's holes in there. Damaged weak door and window frames, overgrown vegetation. Siding that is peeling or rotting and is a blight upon the neighborhood. Outbuilding that is currently open with the roof that is partially falling in and has been on fire in the past. Unsightly stored material, equipment, or supplies which becomes an attractive nuisance to animals and humans, which become a hazard to the health and welfare of the general public. And several junk vehicles that haven't moved in quite a while. I didn't find any previous violations that I could look at, and there are 3 years of unpaid property taxes, it looks like.
When you say there was a fire in the outbuilding, do we have separate city records related to the fire, or is that something that?
I was just going off of my conversation with Dennis. He told me that it was on fire,
Okay.
or it had been on fire.
8 years ago,
It's about 10 or so.
8 or 10 years ago. Something like that.
Council, any questions for Jamie on this property? Would the property owner like to say anything?
I've been trying, I've been mowing here and there at the place. I'm gone for a week or two, I'm a truck driver, I'm over the road. And it's kind of hard for me to try to get there and try to clean up and do other stuff too. So yeah, I'd like to get all this stuff out of the house first, then, yeah, we can tear it down and everything. That's for me, probably right now, they've got my stuff, my dad's and my grandparents' stuff still in the house. So, and I did pay the taxes and I got the receipt back.
Yeah, and I haven't checked again.
But I'll pay it today.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I was,
home.
So basically, you just need some time to get all your personal belongings out of the building, or?
Yeah, I don't know for how long though.
I'm sorry?
I don't know how long.
Okay.
'Cause we still got a lot of stuff, and say when I come home Friday, I'm at the shop working on the truck or trailer. Then I'll leave Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon back on the road again for a week or two.
So 60 days would be insufficient?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way.
are you guys wanting to keep the property and tear it
Yeah.
down, or are you wanting to donate it to the land bank
I'd like to keep it.
to keep it and
Yeah.
just have it torn down yourself?
Yeah, we'll try.
Or,
At least get everything out and have us do it or have somebody else do it.
right.
So,
What kind of stuff are we talking about? Furniture, boxes?
personal stuff. Got clothes and all that. That's
Do you
like
have a
our-
location for all of that stuff to go? No, so, okay.
That's,
That's
tell
the
them
other
somebody get a
problem.
van trailer and bring it in, start loading it up. That's the only thing I can think of.
But you have nowhere to even put the stuff.
Nope.
So I was thinking maybe we could gather up if you don't have time, maybe there's a volunteer group or something that
Right.
you guys could get a hold of, or
Right.
just to help out if you're not around, but if we don't have anywhere to take it, that wouldn't really be,
That's the main problem, is nowhere to go with it. That's how I've been trying to keep it up. I've been mowing and everything.
yeah, we haven't had to mow it. I mean, it's still pretty overgrown, but we definitely noticed that. I don't think Dale's gonna try to get in there and, I don't know if we can get our mower in there. It's pretty woolly.
That's how I've been trying to keep it up. I just need to trim the trees down and that's it. At least try to make the floor look nicer. It said there's 3 vehicles, you got 2 of them don't run, the green one still runs, it needs to be worked on. I have no place to take those vehicles.
Council?
If we gave you till the December 1st council meeting, if we went ahead and deemed it unsafe and unfit, gave you till December 1st to at least come back with a good plan of what you, give you a couple months to figure something out,
Yeah, I talked to my sister too and everything.
would 2 months give you 60 days?
Yeah.
Would that give you enough time to come back and say, this is what we're gonna do? And
And
give us a timeline of when you can get it cleaned out,
Yeah.
at least?
Figured out thing. And like that, I get one of those van trailers, just start blowing everything up.
Sir, what's your name? Dennis? Jason? Okay.
I mean, I would, yeah. I mean, I still think we go ahead and, because we can always, on December 1st, John, we can, if we go ahead and, as long as he has the property cleaned up or has a plan in place on, if we pass, make that motion.
You can ask him, and it just needs to be reflected in the minutes, but you can ask him to come back in 30 days or 60 days after that or whatever, and promise to hold off telling city staff to do something about it.
But we could go ahead and make the motion like we did on the first 4 properties,
Yeah.
because it is unsafe and unfit to live in.
Yeah.
But give you till December 1st to,
Right, I mean, just progress, Jason, I mean, just even the outbuilding, you know, so if that's easier to,
Yeah, because we put out stuff in the garage and my dad's got an old 57 Chevy pickup sitting back there too.
You have titles for vehicles?
Yeah.
I mean, you could easily get rid of the title.
And there's 2 of them that don't run. The green pickup, when I used to drive it, still runs, it just needs to be worked on. It's got a flat tire on it now.
I think I'd just like to see progress. Like, it sounds like you want to clean it up, just need some time to do it, you know. I think
And
we
it
should
kind of
just
essentially
revisit
was
it.
gone for a whole week or 2 and, or a whole for a day and a half. And then
Right.
it's gone again.
Right. And some of it's not all your stuff, I guess. But,
this is the first revisit.
yeah, sounds fair.
Do I hear a motion?
Are you going to go ahead and make a motion? That's why I did unfit.
yeah, I'd make a motion to find the structures located at, are we at 647?
Yeah.
647 East Fifth, to be dangerous, unsafe, or unfit for human habitation, in order the structures to be repaired, removed, and the property cleaned up by December 1st, which will give you time to do something, meet back with us. And outbuildings.
You have a motion on the table. Do I hear a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
You want the receipt or the copy?
Oh, no. I don't care about that. I just had to report it. I was just gathering information.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
I will make a note, though.
All right.
house right next to it.
There's the not running green ticket. Okay, 651 East Fifth. This is the house directly east of the property we were just speaking about. The front porch is in pretty rough shape along with the roof. Not certain what that is. Door on the side of the house is open more often than not. If you drive down that street at all, you can see it blowing in the wind all the time. The base down there with the bricks, there's holes. I believe there's a hole in the roof. I couldn't get a very good picture of it there on the back porch area. Overgrown vegetation. We have to mow it all the time. Well, I don't know that we've been mowing it very much this year.
Dennis has been mowing it quite a bit.
Okay,
Not Dennis, Jason.
yeah.
Who's Jason?
Neighbor. Neighbor. Unpaid property taxes as of the 22nd of July. I think I spoke to all of that. I talked to someone that says that he's the actual owner of the property, and they were gonna get it put in his name, but I haven't heard back, and I don't really know. I know at one time they wanted to tear down the house and put a community garden in, they wanted to tear down the house and put a petting zoo in. There's been a lot of different ideas for the property, but I don't know who actually has it.
Looks like they're in pretty rough shape. Doesn't sound like they care too much about the structure.
Well, one of my biggest concerns is that, it's open and who knows what's in there. That door, I'm telling you, it swings open. I think I've even called.
You can't shut the door now.
Yeah, because I think I called Alan about it to get it, to try to secure it even.
How long were the utilities on? I know it says 06 was the last, but were they actually on for a long time prior to that? Or did they just have them on for a short stint? Sam, no one's lived in that house for 20 years, have they?
Probably.
No.
Or longer?
Most likely.
That's what I'd say they stepped on.
Yeah, that was Sheriff Steve in 2015. That was a
It
tax.
was sold at tax auction.
Correct.
And nothing's ever been done to it.
That's
since.
Right, that's right.
And
We're talking about done anything in the city several years ago, you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
but, yeah.
that fell through. They're not here, is that right, Mark?
Does the property owners here? No. Okay, council?
I would just say October 6th meeting. Don't show much interest, doesn't bid. Just move on.
We're good with that.
Yep.
Do you still want to know just for your peace of mind?
Nope.
Okay, Ryan, is that a
I motion to find the structure located at 651 East 5th to be dangerous, unfit, or unsafe for human habitation or other, and order the structures to be repaired or removed and the property cleaned up by October 6th, 2020.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, moving on to the next property, Jamie.
808 North Exchange. As you can see in the pictures, everything is just in pretty horrible condition. I'm not sure if there's actual holes in the roof there. Pretty sure there's holes in there. That's the back porch. Old damaged roof with possible holes and missing shingles, damaged weak door and window frames, overgrown vegetation, siding that is broken, peeling, or rotting, and is a blight upon the neighborhood, attached outbuilding that is in poor condition. They've had weed violations in the last 3 years. We've had to mow quite a bit, and taxes are up to date. I had a phone call conversation with this property owner. He's in Mexico right now, but does plan on being here in October, and would like to have the house down by the end of October with everything permitting. His intentions, he owns the property, the vacant lot to the south of this house as well, and he stated that he was a construction guy, so he wanted to build 2 houses and rent them out. So that is his plans with the property. And I mean, he said he was gonna stay in contact. He asked for the landfill's number to be able to haul everything away, and so that is what he told me on it.
Would you say you'd be here to tear it down?
He says he's coming back in October.
So,
Utilities have been turned off in this property since 2013. I don't know when it was lived in though. I don't know anything about it.
He has been in good communication and seems to have good intentions.
I have sent letters before. I know we've sent the weed letters, and I think the people across the street might be related or help take care, because they called and yelled at me. But I did get a phone call last week, so. But other than that, I haven't heard from him. I'm pretty sure he paid, like, when we've mowed the yard, I think they just pay the fees and go on. But I'm pretty sure the across the street people have been paying it, or mowing it, I'm sorry.
30 days isn't enough if he's coming back for October, if that really is his intentions. 60 days?
You think he's pretty reliable that he's going to tear this down, or he's just?
Brian, I would love to answer that, but I don't want that answer on my shoulders. I would love to say that they have the
Everybody
best.
has a plan once they get a letter.
Right.
Everybody has a plan.
But I've also, I mean, he was on the list of letters I sent a year ago, so. And I
I'd say
didn't
if
hear
he's got
it.
plans to come back in October, I think the 22nd is good enough.
October 22nd.
October 22nd. I mean, if you're already planning on coming back, that'll just speed your comeback up, just to be here the 1st of October and start on it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
Well, and if that date comes and passes, you're not gonna do anything in those 9 days anyway, so if he gets in there and tears it down.
Right. That's good.
Everyone's okay with that? Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'd make a motion to find the structures located at 808 North Exchange to be dangerous, unsafe, unfit for human habitation, in order for the structures to be repaired, removed, and the property cleaned up by October 22nd, 2020.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Motion carries. Okay,
808 North Broadway. Okay, open window up front porch is falling in. Windows are not secure. Holes in the roof. Holes in the siding. Holes in the back porch. I think that I've talked about all of that. We haven't, I mean, they keep everything mowed. We haven't had any weed violations. On September 10th of 2015, they did go through Chapter 8, Article 2A, Section 8, public nuisance violation. I think that the property did get cleaned up a little bit, but I wasn't involved in any of that. I don't remember if you were here. The property taxes, it looks like, are still...
No, they're not, they're paid.
So they've paid. Utilities were turned off in 16 when we still have an outstanding balance on the utility bill.
And that will be taken care of next month.
So there's that. I've been in communication, well, I haven't been in communication. I got an email and a letter that you all have copies of. I know they have a dumpster in the back, and I drove by today and it's full again. I believe they're trying to get the inside cleaned out so they can tear it down. I think has been the plan for several years.
Yep.
So
I just need to get a storage unit rented so I can start moving furniture and stuff out. But we are working on it. He's only home on the weekends. He's a truck driver. I can't do a lot of this stuff by myself, so I have to wait till he comes home. But we are working on it. He went and bought a chainsaw so we can take down some of the trees that's close and take care of that. But we are working on it.
Council? This isn't something you'd want to donate or sell to the land bank?
He wants to tear it down.
But keep the property is what you're saying?
I don't know what he wants for sure with it. I do know the neighbors to the north want to buy part of it so they can put up a carport. We haven't talked to them. This is what their oldest daughter has talked to our daughter about it, and we have not discussed it with any of them. This is what we were told, but he wants to have the house tore down when we get it cleaned out. What he wants to do with the property, I have no idea yet. All I know is he wants to clean it out and tear it down.
Name are you, Janice?
I'm down.
Okay, for my notes, thank you.
But I hope to get a storage unit and stuff so I can store furniture in it because the house we're in right now is not big enough for all the furniture I got left in that house.
Council?
What kind of time frame do you think you need?
Well, we'd like to have most of it done by the end of October, but I don't know if that'll happen or not, is what his plans were.
If we done the same thing, gave you till December 1st, went ahead and deemed it to be unsafe or unfit to live in, and gave you till December 1st, which is more than 60 days, at least to show progress, and if all you guys do is want the stuff out of there and want to tear it down and have no use for the property, you can donate it to the land bank and we'll tear the house down for you.
I'll discuss that with him, but yeah, that would help.
The thing is, you guys get your stuff out of there and you say we're done with it, deed it over to the land bank. Land bank can have it cleaned up in a day and a half.
Okay,
I mean, that's kind of what, I mean, if you have no use for the property, and then if the property owners to the north of it want part of it or something like that, they can always discuss purchasing or whatever from the land bank.
okay. That would help if we had to tell them and stuff, and I discussed the other stuff with him. Because like I said, he is a truck driver. He's
Right.
gone a week at a time, if not more. He comes in on a Friday evening, sometimes a Saturday morning, and he's gone Sunday afternoon.
That's fine.
You okay with council?
December 6th, I think that's for first. I mean, I think that's plenty of time.
Okay. This gives you plenty of time to speak with Ron.
Yeah.
To find out what his intentions are with the property.
Yep,
Let him know that the council has offered to take the property, to add it to the land bank, and then we can therefore tear down the structure on that. Just find out what Ron wants to do, if you would.
all I know is he really does want the house tore down, and what we do with the property, he has not said to me what. Sometimes he says he wants to do this to it, or so, but he's,
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what the council is suggesting right now is acceptable to you?
yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Be nice to hear back from as soon as we can, but like maybe next council meeting to see
Yeah.
what he wants to do with it. If he does want to donate it, then we can get the ball rolling on our end. So,
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
He should be home hopefully Friday. I hope.
Okay.
Right now, he's in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, he wrote us a letter, told us.
Yeah.
And that, that might be another situation where, he's gone and you're not, you say you're not able to do that work, maybe
Well,
there's.
I can do some of it and
Right.
stuff, and I've been taking out a lot of the trash and
Yeah, I
stuff.
saw several, the trash bin was full when I drove by.
When he
Maybe
was
they're,
there, was it this week?
today I drove by.
He was supposed to dump that. We've been in contact with Unruh about that. We really have.
Yes. Well, I can remind Grant, I have to talk to him, so I can remind him if he'd like me to. But that might be another option of trying to find some volunteers. If a group can go in and help you get that taken
Well,
care of and.
I was sort of wanting to go do this why the granddaughters were gone for a while. One's in school and the other one's, but I don't have another babysitter and stuff, and I don't want her in the house. So,
I'd make a motion to find the structures located at 808 North Broadway to be dangerous, unsafe, or unfit for human habitation, and order the structures to be repaired, removed, and the property cleaned up by December 1st, 2020.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the table. Is there any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
thank you. I'll let Ron know.
Yeah, when you find an answer, contact Jamie as soon as you can and just let us know what the decision is, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, thank you very much for
Yeah, we are
coming.
trying to clean it out.
Right. And if there's any way that we might be able, if you need any help to get some stuff out of there, maybe we could try and find some volunteer groups to help you out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Okay. Is there any more business? If there is no more business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Yeah, I got to just make a comment.
Sure, go
I would
ahead.
be interested in the properties on East Fifth, but I don't want to get in the road of the Beitlers or anything on a cat on it. So let's see what comes of that. And I may be interested in that property. So,
Okay.
that's all I got. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.